Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. I'm Nathan, and every week, my co-host and girlfriend Rachel and I discuss all things in the sports drama universe.
Sprinkled in with pop culture, we cover topics from Bravo to Brady and everything in between. So keep listening to find out more. Cheers! Welcome to your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. I'm Rachel, and sitting over here to my left is Mr. Nathan, live from the
Sporting Stadium.
Hell yeah, let's kick it off. The greatest episode you've ever seen.
Wonderful intro, Miss Rachel. I fucked it up, obviously, messed it up. So you gotta pull the reins in. But welcome to episode 75. Sit over to my right, as always, is Miss Rachel Rooney Eden, but this beautiful specimen he was a standout two-way football player at Penfield High School.
Wow.
Then he continued his career at Ithaca with the Ithaca Bombers. And now you can find him,
Ithaca versus Endicott. Do we need to tell people who won? I'm just going to start off hot. I'm getting right into it.
That was the day of your engagement. Funny enough, that was the day of your engagement.
Coming off with controversy.
I know, that was crazy. Okay, sorry, wait, this is a great intro. And this is two-way, wow.
Has had a wonderful career thus far. The NFL, Beyond Meat, and now it's CC Social, right?
CCG Social.
CCG Social. As an athlete content manager.
Wow, you definitely looked at the LinkedIn.
You know him.
Thank you.
You love him.
You love him.
T-Money.
Trent Howard. Welcome, Trent.
I'm so excited to be on. It's such an honor. You guys have done such a good job. 75 episodes is a grind. I used to have my own podcast back in the day. I did not make it 75 episodes. And I don't know how
many episodes did you make it?
Yeah, how many episodes do you think
probably like 10. It was a lot. It was with my high school quarterback. It was all Bills stuff. I'm a big Bills fan. And I'm repping the shirt.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I had to throw it on for Nate Dogg. But it's a grind. So kudos to you guys. You guys kill it.
Thank you.
It's an honor to be on.
And you're on the 75th episode. Like, what better way to reign in number
It's
75? That's a
true.
fat
It's a big
episode. It's a big one.
I was looking at number 75s before because I know you guys obviously do that.
Yes.
But Nate, who is yours? I don't want to steal.
Ryan Reeves.
75.
Ryan Reeves.
yeah.
Who is that? Hockey?
Exactly.
It's got to be like a Bruin.
No, he's a Toronto Maple Leaf. He's a brawler.
Oh.
He's a bruiser.
He's a brawler that so much so when Nate originally brought him up, and he was like, "Oh, last week he fought," and I was like, "Wait, hold on, is he a hockey player or whatever?" And then he literally was like, "Oh, you know it, you understand what I'm saying." Like I'm like, I literally don't. You're telling me he fought someone? Like he could literally be from the UFC. Like he's a hockey player that fights people. I have no fucking clue.
Yes, he's a fighter. Did you see that kid that fought in his first NHL game outside at MetLife? Matt Rempe. So Matt Rempe fought Ryan Reeves this past weekend. It was a big thing. They fought
Who won?
It was kind of a draw. Neither one of them went down. But Reeves really appreciated that the young buck went with him. Kid's fucking 20 years old.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, he got right in there. His first match, 2 minutes in, maybe the first whistle or something.
Yeah, the first right off the draw.
Yeah, going to town.
That was
Crazy.
cute. Who's your 75? Did you have one?
I did. I was thinking of some. I may or may not have Googled a few because 75 is lineman territory. There's
It's
not
tough.
there's not a lot of 75s out there. But the one I liked the best was Mean Joe Green. A little throwback.
Oh,
Wait, why do I know that? Why do I know Mean
Joe? You know the
Steel
classic
curtain.
commercial? Was it the Coke commercial?
Yep.
Was he in
I
it?
know that.
Yeah, it's a kid in the tunnel, and
I'm unaware. Oh no, not even worth explaining. Not even worth explaining. Literally.
No, that one's.
but I did mess up because one has come to mind. It's way better than Ryan Reeves, and I upset myself for not coming up with it before this.
Wow, I'm gonna tell him.
Let's hear
Big
it.
Vince Wilfork.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who
Vince
is that?
Wilfork?
No, I don't know that.
Oh, you gotta see Vince
Big
Wilfork. Big Vince, dog.
Was he a football
Vince.
player?
Yeah, the Patriots guy.
Oh, of course.
Patriots.
Big Vince Wilfork.
Wilfork.
Amazing. Well, perfect. Well, welcome Trent on the pod. Thank you so much. And thank you for always supporting us, with this Drum Up Sports Club merch that is Fire Fuego Flames. Holy shit, that is a
Get your
big
merch.
guy.
Yeah.
Why is he
Big
in
Vince.
overalls?
That's
What is
just
happening?
him. That's just him. Big Vince.
Okay, well, Big Vince is here with us.
He is.
Spirit. Because we have a big personalities here.
We do. And aside from his athletic prowess and just still working in sports,
What?
Mr. Don't mind me. Mr. Trent Maurer was in Portugal with us.
Yes, he was, and we were just on our trip last week. Is why we didn't come out with an episode last week. But obviously we had to have Trent on the pod just for his notable notoriety here, and to talk all things Portugal too. We can recap it. We can definitely recap it a little bit. Is there anything that you would like to say? Some words.
Yeah,
to
how'd you
start
like
us
Portugal?
off?
How'd you like Portugal?
Portugal was, the country itself is beautiful. I know it's Nate's homeland and family there. We stayed at your aunt's. We had so much food and traveled all over. Like, I don't think I really appreciate it. So the only time I've been to Europe was Italy, and I'd never been to Portugal. I didn't know much about it, but it is like one of the most beautiful places ever. And like, we were there in March, February.
Literally.
But like, literally the whole place is just coastline, and I could just see, like, I could only imagine how good it was in summer because it was so great when we went. But man, what a trip. That was one of the best I've ever taken, with the best people ever, celebrating 3 birthdays. It was crazy.
Literally, we knocked
wild.
out 3 birthdays, which is
And
crazy.
I still feel like we celebrated 3 birthdays. I'm still recovering.
I'm still recovering. Like, are you still
Today-
recovering? Today was probably the day it
Yes.
hit the most
Yeah.
for me.
I was
Like,
just still
it was,
myself today.
Unwell.
I know, and the time difference, like the 8-hour, 9-hour time difference. I'm like, it's been a lot, and but we're recovering. I think today I feel like today I'm coming over the hump a little bit, but yeah, that was a
Well, that's
long
great
week.
because today I feel like I'm on the down. I'm literally like I'm not even.
we also
I'm
have
unwell.
we have no reason to complain considering the fact that Hannah, Trent, Alex, and Heather have to deal with double the time change.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
You
true.
are,
I forget
like-
you guys don't have to do
We
that.
never unadjusted though. That was the problem because we literally just went to bed at our normal time, which was 4 a.m. their time. So it was 11 p.m. our time always. So we were always in the clear. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We were vibing at all hours.
That's true. That probably explains all of our late nights and being able
Right.
to just
Right.
do it. I mean, yeah.
Right. 100%. I would say that there were definitely a couple standout moments throughout the trip, right?
Oh, so many one-liners.
There was a ton of one-liners, I am Joe Duffy, like great things like that.
Joe Duffy.
Yeah,
I'm Joe Duffy.
but
Yeah.
Great
Wait, I feel like
things
we
like
gotta
that.
explain that a little bit.
yeah,
Like,
go for
okay,
it.
Nate was literally the life of this bar. And he was literally going around talking to everybody. He was screaming and, like, in the best way possible, brought the best energy. We were in the, like, literally drinking in the streets of Lisbon, which was so cool.
Right.
We may or may not have raced a little, and
yeah,
some-
you pulled in
we'll have to
number
review the
one
tape.
spot.
I forget who won.
No,
I
yeah,
forget.
yeah. Review the tape.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Gotta
Nate-
count the amount
No.
of beers that I had before that.
Nate, you were definitely
You were
the
Yeah.
falling behind.
yeah, you were the
Yeah.
slowest.
That was our
right?
travel day too. That was our travel day.
that's right,
It was
that's
our first
right.
night
That's true.
there.
That's true. You guys
Right.
came in hot. And had to run. I don't think anyone was prepared for that race. But anyway, you're yelling in the streets. I remember some guy came up to you, just loved your energy, gave you like the biggest dap up ever, and then we just started karaokeing in the bar. And then this guy Joe Duffy. I don't really actually know where Joe Duffy came from.
I know
but-
Joe Duffy's
take it away.
whole life story. Joe Duffy came up to me. He's an exchange student from like Wales, okay? And he just starts because I'm doing a chant. I'm doing like his name is Trent. It's Trent. It's Trent. His second name is Mauer.
Okay.
So
Oh my God.
I was doing that whole chant, and Joe Duffy loved it because he said it sounded like it was from like Wales or like Ireland or something, and he just comes up talking to me. Finds out I'm from Boston. Shows me a picture of his ex high school girlfriend who goes to Boston University, and just explained to me how much he misses her and how she's quite fit, to be fair. And he just
Quite
loved
fit.
it. He loved it. And they introduced me to all his friends, and it was just nonsense.
Right, but then what else happened that made the one line so one-lineable?
Joe Duffy?
Right.
That's his name. It's Joe
No,
Duffy.
because there was another kid that came into the bar. Do you not remember this?
No, I don't.
No,
Joe Duffy's
that is the
Joe
best part.
Duffy. Oh my God! Some other kid literally came in. We're like, "Oh, like what's your name?" And he's like, "Joe Duffy." Everyone's like,
There's two Joe Duffy? No!
It's literally the
Joe
Spider-Man meme.
Duffy's. Literally,
No.
like, who is Joe Duffy? Everyone's Joe
That
Duffy.
was hilarious.
Literally. So
Just
everyone.
everybody,
his
so then
name
everyone
was
is Joe Duffy.
Joe Duffy.
Damn.
The best.
So I was just living like a Truman Show.
Yeah, you were living a Truman Show. You probably couldn't even hear. You were literally knocked out. When I have a video of you, your hat is sideways and you're slamming the table. So
Yeah.
Sounds
He's
about
singing
right.
Sweet
Sounds
Caroline
about
at the
right.
top of his lungs.
no, literally no one else in the bar is singing. And there's Nate just singing Sweet Caroline.
But you guys have to be
They
so
don't even
much
speak the
nicer to me.
language.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Without me, you guys wouldn't have gotten very far with the language, okay?
Oh my God. Without you, I feel like we would have gone just as far.
That's true.
You're not wrong, not wrong.
No,
Yeah,
Nate
I don't
who
know wh-
speaks Portuguese. Like, what was happening? Nate speaks Portuguese, and under any type of pressure situation, I mean, literally,
I forget
other
it.
people looking at him would be pressure. Completely forgets every single lick of
happens.
the
It
language.
happens.
Like, not even, he couldn't even say hello. Like, he was like, I can't
But
speak
then
Portuguese.
but
Like,
then I stepped up. Big time players make big time plays in big time situations.
Yeah, put
True.
one drink in, he's good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
one
literally
drink.
like you're one drink, you're fluent. It doesn't make any sense. It makes,
Just gotta get rid
It's
of
true.
that, like,
yes, it made
Yeah.
no
It's
sense.
knock the rust off.
It was like your like superpower though. You just had a drink and then suddenly it all clicks. I guess the problem was that like we shouldn't have been sober. We couldn't have spent any time
Right,
sober.
right.
so-
Were we ever sober?
I don't know.
There was probably one
Alright,
hour
that's a
where
great
we were
question.
sober where you couldn't speak
Literally.
Portuguese. And,
It was probably at the sporting stadium.
right. Oh, had
Oh.
to be. The sporting stadium was honestly, truly so magical. If that's the first story that you truly want to get into and recap, I feel like that makes sense for us because it's
It was the next day. It was after the Joe Duffy night.
right.
We go to sporting stadium. Do you want me to get into the whole thing about
Yeah,
sporting stadium?
let's do it. Sue it up. Why not?
All right, might cry. But so sporting stadium. So sporting. There's 3 big soccer clubs in Portugal, as I explained it to the folks that went on the trip 18 million times, because I couldn't shut up about it. So 3 big clubs in Portugal. 2 of them are crosstown rivals in Lisbon, Benfica and Sporting. They are think Red Sox, Yankees, Clippers, Lakers, Dodgers, Angels.
But they're in the same town, so
Same
it's
town.
like Jets, Giants, Nets, Knicks,
That's it, baby.
Yankees, Mets.
You're catching
Ooh.
you're catching on. So and then the third big club's up in Porto, which we also visited. But my Portuguese club is Sporting, number 1 because that's where the King played, not LeBron James, but Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, the only GOAT in soccer. Messi. We had this argument too many times. Messi is nowhere close. Anyone that wants to come on the pod and debate that, I'll serve you lunch with a side of skim milk. Okay. But
I learned my lesson.
Yeah. You got hit with that
Not-
really quick once you
not
brought
the
up the
best.
Messi debate.
You can
Yes.
talk about my lady, you can talk about my family, but just don't talk about
Wait.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
He's the king, man. And
He's
we
the
were
king.
Oh, all right. Wait, keep going though. It was sick.
But the other reason why it's my soccer club other than Cristiano Ronaldo's club, my parents brought me there when I was a kid, and I went there with my dad, and we missed the stadium tour that day, but we still went in, walked around, and went to the pro shop, and I also took a picture outside the stadium. So Trent was actually huge on this. He was the photographer director. He took the content by the balls there and kind of set up for us, and we made sure I took a picture holding the picture with my dad in the same exact spot. So it was an amazing moment. Also, right before that, we found out the gender of my sister's baby.
Which we can't disclose yet until
talk about
next episode.
Can't talk about it.
Yeah,
we know what it is. Trent knows what it is.
But no one else knows what it is.
No one else knows what it is. So I was feeling all my emotions were all over the place. And it was just an amazing, amazing day. And
I didn't realize like the soccer stadium is gigantic. It literally looked like a roller coaster on the outside. Like I was like, this is giving Six Flags. It's huge.
You keep on saying that, but it was like 55,000. That's like an average stadium size.
It didn't feel like average, right? Didn't it feel huge?
Yeah, it was huge, and I think the coolest part is that we got to do the tour. We got to go in the locker room, which was sick. Which I'm not gonna lie, the locker room, at least compared to like NFL locker rooms, is tiny, but obviously a lot less people, and like you don't need all the gear and whatnot. But it was still really cool. Got some cool pictures of Nate.
That's true. I was curious about that because I was curious like why it was like it seemed small to me too. Not that I've been in any other locker room, but that makes sense. They don't have pads, so if they had shin guards, do soccer players wear shin guards?
You really don't need much.
Yeah, that's all you need is shin guards and cleats.
Yeah,
right?
But then we went on the field. We had the whole place to ourselves, which was so sick.
That was crazy.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was truly amazing. I've never been to a place like that before. It was very cool.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever done like a stadium tour, to be honest. Like, and the only other like professional locker room I've been in other than the locker rooms at Gillette Stadium. So it was tremendous. I was obsessed. One of my favorite parts, besides seeing the seat that Cristiano Ronaldo sits in when Portugal plays there and wanted to lick it, was
I thought you did.
When
I saw you on your all fours.
Yeah, on hands and knees. Yeah, literally.
Smelling the seat that he sat in.
Actually, if you could, right? You wouldn't.
I would literally.
No, you wouldn't.
I would eat all 3 meals that day off of that.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
Be for real. No, for real.
I would spill stuff on it just so I could purposely look at it.
Soup? Would you spill soup on
Yeah.
it?
I would eat a Bifana. I would dip a Bifana onto that like butt juice.
What, Nathan?
Oh,
don't
yeah.
even
It doesn't
say
get any more
that.
Portuguese than that.
Yeah, literally.
The piri piri. That's where they get the piri.
Ronaldo's butt juice.
That's what they want. That's what they don't tell you about the piri piri sauce.
Yeah.
It's a secret ingredient.
Exactly. But just to wrap it all up, one of my favorite parts from that day was when we were up in the presidential like suite, where the president of the club watches the matches. The guy from Serbia that was in our group just talked about how happy he was, just like even though he had no affiliation with the soccer club, just like saying how happy he was just because he loves soccer and just because he loves sports and like how he just felt like he was on cloud 9. To me, I was just like, basically like the whole reason why we do this podcast, what we try to explain to like anyone that doesn't know sports or like enjoy sports or appreciate sports, like that's the whole thing. Like someone from Serbia can have the, like, and someone like people from New York and LA can be on the same tour and like be just as jacked up about a club that they like don't even have like a remote connection to. It's fucking the magic sports.
I love it.
Yeah,
did
sports
you
brings
like it?
people together.
Did you feel the same?
Yeah.
Did you feel the same at the stadium?
Yeah, it was so cool. I think like all the tradition and I think just like it puts in perspective like soccer is just like the world sport and like we got football and stuff, but like truly like the biggest sport in the world is soccer. And I think you can just like we fortunately didn't get to go to the game, but like you could just feel like the passion and the history. And it's like even the story of how they like started the team. It was basically like one dude like I don't know, got some money from his dad or grandpa or something and started the team, like, but it dates back however long. And I think it's just really cool. Like I just appreciate culture, and then sports on top of that. It's like it really is like you said, that dude from Serbia was like just so passionate about sports, and he's like, I just love this, and he was so happy. And it's like it truly is crazy. It's like sports really just does bring people together. So
it's the best.
I love it.
It's the best.
Did you feel like, were you like in the stadium, like this is like the craziest stadium? Is that your first time in a soccer stadium or football? Not
Football.
American. Football stadium?
I've definitely been to a lot of football stadiums, but I would say I did, when I was in Rome, I did go to a game there.
You did?
And that stadium's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, like it's cool, and like every league is different, you know, and like I liked how that one was like all green, and they told us how they, you know, like redid the whole thing, and like I couldn't imagine what it was before because it sounded like it was like a little.
It was chaotic. Yeah. It was like
Yeah.
all the seats were either green, yellow, white, black. Green, yellow, white, or black, and so they were just like there was no rhyme or reason behind it.
Maybe that's why it felt so giant, like because everything was just like green. Like I was like, this is literally crazy. And I've also never been in a stadium like solo, like one of 15 people in the stadium. You know what I mean? That was definitely crazy.
This is really getting the nitty gritty of the stadium, but one thing I found the most fascinating is that the stadium was the pitch was elevated.
Yes, I thought the same.
Off the ground.
True.
Why?
I think it's so like flooding.
What?
Because like they care so much about the grass and the sod, and like the fact that we couldn't even step foot on like the grass at all.
The sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude,
We
you
gotta stay
like
like
on the sideline, like with the freaking jabronis
Crazy.
that don't even play on the
exactly
on the thing.
So I think it's probably raised up so like in case the area floods, like the water goes underneath.
Interesting.
It's probably easier to control. I don't know. I could just be
Well,
talking
I
out
was
of my
just
ass.
confused on why on the sidelines, like the teams, like they sit in literal race car seats.
They're comfy. Oh,
Like I'm like literally sitting in there about to
Those are race
strap
car
in.
seats.
Why are they in there? Like, why are they in there?
because they don't substitute in and out like every other sport. Like, you know, basketball, like players can sub in and out multiple times during the game. In soccer, you only have 5 substitutions. So like once you're subbed, like
Oh, so they're like that. We want to be comfortable.
Exactly.
We want to be
Yeah, they're
chilling.
Either you're
chilling. They got a
playing
lot of
or you're
time
out
to
for the
sit on
game.
that bench.
Give me a massage chair. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm thinking. Like I need a heated massage chair. That's what I would do. That's what I would put that in my contract.
really,
I think so.
all the things.
Those
people
things
getting
weren't
private
far
jets.
off.
They weren't. I mean, you really sunk in. Like my feet were in the air.
It was comfy.
Felt like.
It was
It
kind
was
of.
like a gamer chair.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too.
But then the trip really started taking off when we met our good friend Diogo.
Oh my god. Yes.
Diogo.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
my God,
I
where to
cannot with this
begin?
man.
What was your first impression of Diogo? For reference, Diogo was our tour guide. We did a day tour around the Sintra, which has the castles, and Cascais, which is where Ronaldo lives when he's in back in the motherland.
Yeah, that was sick. My first impressions of Diogo. Well, to paint the picture, this guy was wearing this was March, right? This guy was wearing a reindeer on his chest that was dabbing. That said, oh, what did it say? It said something on the shirt.
I know. I don't remember what it said either.
I can't
don't
remember.
what
It said something on the
either.
shirt, but a dabbing reindeer in March, and it was like a sweater too. And then he shows us, after he learns that we're American, he shows us that he's wearing American socks, like American flag socks.
Right. Like,
And I think, okay, this is actually my first impression, is after we picked up, so it was us 6 in the van, and we picked up another couple. God bless that other couple, because that couple had to sit up with Diogo while he's just
Yes.
yelling and screaming and spitting all over them. And absolutely wild. I'll never forget, there's chickens. Someone calls out that there's chickens just like in the street, basically, or like in a patch of grass as we drive by. And he yells out to the chickens, he's like, "That's my dinner later," or something like that. He's like, "Don't mess with my dinner."
Meanwhile, it's 8 a.m. We're still drunk. We went to bed 4 hours prior. And here's this man screaming at chickens after physically rolling down his van window.
Just so he could yell at the
What
chickens.
was
Tell him that he's going to break their necks later or something and eat them. It was like something wild. I was just like, what is going on? And we should have
He was
known from that
unhinged.
point. He was unhinged. We should have known
literally.
from that point it was just going to be insane. And it really was. It honestly blew
Pure
every
chaos.
expectation I had. It was absolutely chaotic.
I think that he really did. Like, I mean, not even like once I saw the reindeer dabbing, I was like, something is going on here. You know what I mean? Like, something is happening because who would choose to wear that not in a month of December? You know what I mean? Like, what's going? And every time we saw him, he was in a different part of his outfit. Like, at first he had his yellow jacket on, then he had the reindeer dab, and towards the end of the trip, he was wearing like a Marvel Comics like T-shirt. I was like,
that's right.
Where are his clothes going? Like, I didn't even see them next to him, beside him. Like, where are these clothes disappearing to?
That guy,
it was insane.
Just when you thought you understood what was going to happen next, like, just something crazier happened. And it was like, you just never really knew. And he kept you on your toes the whole time. And, I mean, there was so many just, like, wild things he said that really, I mean, I don't even know if we can say so.
We definitely cannot.
Why not?
Some of them.
No, we would get literally canceled.
It's okay.
On behalf of Diogo, and I don't know if I can go down with him.
I really think if we ever get canceled, they're like,
yeah, no, I don't think
I don't know. I think that's our key. I think he's our guy. He's our key to stardom. Like, we just put a microphone in front of that guy, and it'll be nuts.
If you put a microphone in front of that man, I swear to God, like, the rabies I was nervous about is going to catch fire, okay? Because he was spitting facts and rabies all over us. Like, he was physically foaming at the mouth while he was just describing the Sintra Castle to us and the view.
Our first stop. The guy
physically foaming at the mouth.
I'm so glad everyone else saw it because, and like, I don't know how you would miss it if you're looking at him at all. But I just like was watching it, like I was just watching it like build up. I'm like, okay, like, you know, he's got a little like saliva on his mouth. Like, he should probably like wipe that off. Never wiped it off. And just as he was introing this castle at, keep in mind, like 9 a.m., it just kept building up. He literally had spit every square inch of his lips. And he was on one. He was so passionate about it. I feel like I'm starting to get like saliva going.
Me too.
It's the Diogo passion. I loved him more for it, but like, it was actually psychotic. Like, I was like, I just hope that he's okay. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of this all.
I know. Literally foaming at the mouth. Seriously. And we were like, this guy has rabies. Like, and it honestly kind of makes sense because he was like unhinged and I don't really know what a person with rabies looks like or like acts like, but like that is exactly.
But like, we found it. Like, literally, we found it. Like,
we did.
When I think of, I honestly said like, it was my double D's threes like a long time ago where I said like things that like you don't worry about, whatever. Quicksand was one of them. Johnny Appleseed I think was the other, and then rabies was my last one. And like, lo and behold, I truly manifested this for myself because I was like, rabies like aren't a thing. Like, I feel like that's just like a thing that your parents like warned you about, and then seeing it like honestly like firsthand, like I think I would be able to diagnose it, and I did, and it was the scariest moment. I was like, wow, this man straight up has rabies.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
How about when he told the people from the Netherlands that their beer sucked out of nowhere?
Yeah, he's like, by the way, not like Holland, like your beer stinks or something like that. We're like, what is going on?
We have to get him on the podcast. Yeah. He'd be.
Oh my god, we gotta 100%. Figure out. Yeah, get his number or something.
Yeah,
like, endless stories. I will say that guy, like, there's no way he gets that many. Six groups of friends like we were, and like. He definitely matched our energy and like exceeded it by a lot. But I could imagine, like, I feel like he's like, okay, I'm gonna make this so memorable that these people will never ever forget me. And I think he accomplished that in like way more.
He committed to the bit.
He committed to the bit, and for that we appreciate him.
Periquita.
Shout out.
Periquita.
So.
Oh my god.
But, other than that, did you have a great time in Portugal? You had a good time. Like, give me a ranking. What is that?
I would say, okay, so I keep talking about Rome, but I studied abroad there and lived there for 4 months. So like that's like it's hard to top that. And like I'm also Italian, so like that was a lot. Checked a lot of boxes, but easily like best friends trip I've ever taken, best international trip other than Rome was Portugal, and that was like that was honestly so much fun. Every day we were jam packed, getting up early, late nights, partying, having so much fun, so many laughs, so many memories. It was like I don't think anything could top it. But we got to top it next year.
We're gonna top it next year.
100%.
What was your before we move on from Portugal? What was your favorite meal that you had there?
My favorite meal that.
Oh wait,
that
it was
tough.
that double. That's our double
Yeah.
D's threes.
That's our double D's threes.
He's
Never
all
mind.
over the place today.
I-
He's
I'm
just too
not.
excited that
I
Team
told you
Money is
I'm a
on
shell
the
on myself. I'm a shell on myself. Never mind.
Yeah.
We're still
In
recovering.
the business,
Yeah, he's just too excited.
we call that a tease in the business.
Yeah, that's what they definitely call it. But moving on, Nate shared with me that it is a very exciting time in the football season. That it's because it's the off season, and this is where all the fun stuff is happening. Would you agree, or would you?
Oh, this
would you
is
say
the
that-
best.
that-
I mean,
Except for when
I
you're a
love-
Bills fan and they released
Yeah.
18 people today.
literally
No, they
today
didn't.
was
Not
like
18.
D-Day for Bills fans. I mean, like in general, I like if I could do anything in life, I would want to be like an NFL GM. So I love like just the aspect of like building a roster and like deconstructing it and starting over and contracts and all that. So I love this time of year. I love the draft, combine, all that. So yeah, like NFL offseason really heating up. Today the Bills we let go of Trey White, who was like the first pick of the McDermott era, but got injuries, got a lot of injuries, but he was former All-Pro. We let go of like 3 All-Pros today, which is just crushing, and a lot of like Jordan Poyer is one of my favorites.
Wait, how many
He's
people
a
did you
dog.
get rid of? Did the Bills
Literally
get rid
like
of?
5 or 6 today.
And that's like crazy. It's unheard of.
I mean, I don't think any other team has cut 6 people like that yet.
No, and you guys are still over the salary cap.
Yeah, we got some work to do. But
And do you
I mean, the salary
like
cap
do
just
like
increased,
fake
so.
mock-ups? Like when like you love this GM stuff, like do you like in your head you're like, okay, like we should do this person and move this person, like is that something that you do?
I definitely like would. I feel like I don't have as much time to do that now, but like I love doing I'll do like a mock draft for like NFL draft season and stuff. Like
You'll
I
do just your
predicting.
own for fun? Or is it like
yeah,
a thing?
occasionally. Nate, do you do that? Or am I the only one? Because I personally,
I've done it
love-
before.
I
I've
love
done it
draft.
before.
Yeah.
I've done it before, but like every time I do it, it's just when the draft comes around, the draft is the most unpredictable thing ever. Like you can always predict like the first pick or two, but like after that, like once the trades start happening and people start moving up and down the board, all bets are off. And so like I get like when I used to do them a lot, but then I just realized I get them wrong every time. Especially being a Patriots fan where they'd always just trade back anyway. So like I remember, for example, like I was doing it a few years ago, and like I really wanted the Patriots to draft Patrick Queen, and they instead traded back. But at that pick, the Ravens got him because they traded the pick to the Ravens, and I was like, "This is the guy I was getting my mock. Like that's who I wanted." And it just like set me up for disappointment because they would just always do that.
And who'd they draft
so
after that? Probably like a top wide receiver bust.
N'Keal Harry.
Yeah. Boom, nailed it.
Yeah.
Bust.
Fucking stinks.
So what do you think is going to happen next for like the Bills? Like is this exciting? Like are you sad that they're letting all these people go? Like the Bills are a good team. Right?
Yeah, it feels like it's a big like rebuild. And like maybe not a rebuild, but like those guys who we cut are like core foundation of like our team and our culture. I think I'm more worried about our culture, but they're getting old, and like the Bills, we need to get younger in a lot of areas, and this obviously frees up cap space, but it also like it's kind of like unknown. Like we knew what we were gonna get with those guys every single year, and like they're super consistent and still they played at a good level. But yeah, it feels like we're going to see a new Bills team next year, which will be exciting and fun because whatever, we've done hasn't got us over the hump yet. And the hump is the Super Bowl. So we need to make that happen. So I'm here for it. I honestly, it literally happened. And like, I haven't even been on Twitter, I don't think, since that happened. So I haven't been able to fully digest it. But I'm excited. As Bills fans, we have to be optimistic. We're so optimistic every year. Every year's our year. And I know like the
Has
Bills
the
need
Bills
a lot
ever
of
won a
things.
Super Bowl?
Nah. No, I'm literally wearing this. So this shirt that I'm wearing is like the biggest like loser shirt of all time because it's literally it says back to back to back to back,
Oh God.
but it's
Okay.
4 Super Bowls that we lost.
No, stop it.
In a row.
So like the
Why would
Patriots,
they
I don't
put
think
that on a T-shirt?
because we have nothing else to celebrate.
Oh, got
Nate
it,
can
got it,
celebrate
got it,
his
got it.
6 rings. We can celebrate going 4 times in a row is insane. But you know what's more insane is losing 4 times in a row. That is like that is
heartbreaking.
That
That
is
is
heartbreaking.
absolutely-
I wasn't even alive for it, so it's whatever. But like, bro, you
If the
couldn't win
Bills,
one.
like, if you could do anything to win a Super Bowl with, like, for the Bills, or if the Bills to win a Super Bowl, what would it be?
Like if I had to like give up something or something.
Would you get a face tattoo?
Yeah, like, what would you do? What's the craziest thing you think you
Face
would do?
tattoo.
Would you get a face tattoo for the Bills to win the Super Bowl?
Like how big? Like a teardrop.
Yeah, like,
Not
no
no
teardrops.
teardrop, but like
Teardrop is
something
what? Like
over-
if you killed somebody. Or something.
Murder.
yeah.
Literally.
Okay, no
Like,
teardrops.
would you put like a little B on your face for the Bills, like the Bills B?
I would get a neck tat. Face tat is a little much, but neck tat.
Next fair, next fair, next fair, next fair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could tat
Neck
on my
might
neck.
be just as
like
crazy. Well, you would
No,
get
I
you
think-
would get a neck tattoo.
Yeah, we could look like Post Malone out here with neck tattoos.
So true, so true.
Fair.
Be sick. Hey, anything
But I
for
was-
the Bills Super Bowl. Except for face
Literally. So like, when do you think it's gonna happen? Do you really think it's gonna be this year with this big rebuild? Like, how does that work? Like, when these things happen, when they ask like all of these people to come on or they draft like a lot of new people, like, are you expecting to win this year? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, do you think you're gonna win this year, or is it like you're waiting to win in 3 years?
I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
listen, we have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Top 3, undoubtedly.
Does it concern you that he ripped his pants last night on vacation?
we should definitely get into that. This is drama of sports, after all.
I
But-
saw that. Nate showed me that this poor man had a wardrobe malfunction, Josh Allen, and was like wearing his.
He was in Europe just like us.
Yeah.
He was wearing tighter clothes, and his fucking booty just ripped right through his pants.
Yeah. Well, it's really funny because so on Twitter he was getting roasted because there's this video of him and his super mega star girlfriend Haley Steinfeld, getting out of the car, and he just like darts right inside, and everyone like some like Haley Steinfeld page was like, oh my god, he doesn't like treat her right, he just left her,
Oh my
whatever.
god!
So it was going viral a little bit, and then he tweets his tweet. He never tweets, but it was hilarious. He's like, "My pants ripped. Didn't want to have booty cheeks out. I love Paris." and then the video.
I don't want to be
like,
disrespectful.
yeah, and then everyone watched the video again, and you see that he tied a sweatshirt around his waist, and is trying to cover up, presumably his ripped pants, because he's not trying to flash the whole world his booty cheeks.
Yeah, but the real thing is,
For
like,
his
how do you
words.
think that he really ripped his pants in the car? Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. My man's got
trying to
he's
get
got
after
a donk back there. He probably just
Yeah, oh, yeah, that has to be what
I
it
don't
is.
know.
Has
One
to
wrong
be
move
what
and
it is.
split.
yeah,
Do you?
You can relate, Nate, right?
yeah, exactly.
I've ripped a fair share of pants.
You have
Right.
ripped a fair share of pants.
We've all been
I
there.
have. But you said it's his beautiful girlfriend. Do you feel bad saying that, considering I know you're a Britt Will fan? Britt Will is
It's
his ex.
true. I know it is sad because they were like high school sweethearts, and who knows, maybe they'll still get back together. But Josh is living his life. He's what, like 270 mil quarterback. He's doing his thing, and I think they're a great couple, him and Haley. So
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think that they're a fun little couple. Like it feels like she brings him out of his shell even more.
yeah,
Not that he was
That's what
truly
we
in a
need.
shell, but
no, he is.
back to my OG question of like when teams do this rebuild, like do they think that they're gonna do like you as a fan think that they're gonna win this year? Like is that how it works? I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the Bills have been really close the past like I don't know 4 years, and they just need something to get over the hump. So like, of course, I'm optimistic and think that they can do it. And like, I think anytime you have Josh Allen at quarterback, like realistically, you're a couple plays away from winning the Super Bowl any year. Um, but I think this year, like they'll rebuild some things, hopefully get younger a little bit faster. I think on defense is what they need, and then they really need some pieces around Josh. Like Diggs is a baller and wide receiver one, and love him, but I think we just need more outside of Diggs, and we gotta just keep pushing the envelope with like weapons and stuff. So hopefully they draft a wide receiver or get somebody decent in free agency, even though we don't have that kind of money. But I think you just got to keep surrounding Josh, and I think they'll be in it every single year. It's just like when are they actually gonna go over the hump and go to the Super Bowl and win it?
True. I was trying to explain to Rachel that like what we hope for like in improving our teams is similar to like what she will hope for in like a Real Housewives, like her favorite Real Housewives franchises and like characters that she wants them to bring on. For like viewing factor.
Yeah, I think you need to break that down because I think that's a great way to explain it to people that don't really understand what's happening. Like
it's exactly that. If you like a reality show like Real Housewives, like the stories get stale. Just like changes need to be made, just like they do on a football team or any team. But like we're talking about football, so let's just focus on that. Like the Patriots, for example, need to make a lot of fucking changes. Like the Patriots can't go into next season with the same cast or roster. So like same thing with Real Housewives. Like Real Housewives of New York, that series ended for a while because the story went stale. They couldn't figure it out. Nobody cared about the storyline. It wasn't working. So they had to break it all down and get a whole new cast of characters to make it work. And so it's exactly the same thing. Like, and whereas the winning in like reality TV is the ratings, but winning in sports is actually winning.
The trophies.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that's a great comparison.
So right now, go for it.
No, I was just gonna. I don't really have too much to add there, but I think it's like, like you have the same core of people that you surround yourself with, like the same. I think of like Beverly Hills, like same like. I don't know all their names.
Kyle
but we
Richards.
Do watch it occasionally. Kyle Richards. I mean, she's got to be on it every year. She's like your Josh Allen, right?
Right.
Or your Tom Brady. But you gotta have her, and then you just gotta find different pieces that have different chemistry and like maybe more drama for that kind of show. But yeah, you just like mix and mingle, and I think I feel like every year they add someone new just to like keep things a little interesting, and so it's not the same thing every year. But definitely like that's a great comparison there, Nate Dogg.
Thank you.
I think it is because it's like Kyle Richards, like to me, is the quarterback of Beverly Hills, or it's like the fight is for Jersey, is it Melissa or Teresa, and that's like the big thing. So it's like they are the quarterbacks of their team, their cast,
right?
So it's just working around them type of thing, and like what I feel like the viewers want to.
Right. But then NFL, you can. I feel like where the analogy breaks down is like the only way that they can improve the show is by signing new characters. But in the NFL, you can either draft somebody, sign somebody, or trade for someone. So that's where the analogy kind of breaks down. But the goal is the same.
Right. To be better. Improve. Get better and better.
Year to year.
What are some last question about this, but I find it fascinating. What are the most like intriguing free agents that you see? Like, is it Russell Wilson with his like contract situation?
Can you guys explain a free agent before you do this?
Free agent is someone that either their contract expired with the prior team or the prior team released them or cut them.
Okay, so they're just free to move around.
So Jordan Poyer, Tre'Davious White, everyone that Trent just mentioned that got cut by the Bills today, they are now free agents. They are literally exactly what it sounds like. They are independent contractors that are free to find a new employer.
Okay.
It's very technical there. But yeah, they can sign with any team and negotiate. There's like a free agency period too that like a lot of like it kind of gets weird. Like if you get cut and you're a vet, you can sign whenever or something. But like there's a big free agency period that I think starts in maybe next week if I'm
Yeah,
not
13th.
mistaken. But yeah, so like a lot of moves will happen then, and that's when like all the rosters are built. And like for NFL fans, like I'm a diehard NFL fan, like way more than any other sport. But that's like I don't know. That's like the best part of the off season because then you're like seeing like, okay, damn, we signed this. Like we might be okay this year. Like you start getting some hope, and then the draft comes, and you're like, okay, we got all these young dogs, and everyone's like excited to see how they gel and mesh. And then you wait like whatever 2 more months for training camp, 3 more months. It's a terribly long off season because you're just for me, I'm just like I don't know. I'm like adding players on like the Madden from last year and just like seeing how they gel, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I remember Diggs, like when we traded for Diggs, I was playing Madden with him. I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna be sick. Like we're gonna be so good with him.
So like in this time like of the free agency like off season or whatever, like what do these free agents do? Like okay, like there now you have someone signing with the Patriots or the Bills. Like now what do you do?
Yeah,
like you just chill for months? Like where you go on vacation? What happens?
No, I mean, I think all of them probably take it a little bit different. Like right now, Josh Allen's traveling, right? But they all will prepare for the season. Like they rarely stay in the city that they play in throughout the offseason, unless they're in like Miami or LA, right? So like no matter what, they're gonna stay fit and stay training. They have some sort of training program throughout the summer. But let's say they sign with a new team, they have to move their families. If they have families, they have to find a house, they have to find or apartment to live in during the season. Like aside from training, like if they switch teams like that, they really oftentimes have to uproot their entire lives and just completely settle in a different part of the country, which is kind of crazy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I think like from the player's perspective, like a lot of them. I mean, it depends where you are in your career, or your family, whatever. Like a lot of variables, but I think like a lot of like the older guys, for example, definitely don't, they don't want to move far. Like a lot of them, you'll see like I can think of like a couple players who, played for like the Rams or something, and then they go to the Niners or like, they kind of just stay in Cali because they like that area or something like that. So obviously like a lot of factors there, but and it's not just money. Like stuff you have to think about is like New York and California have super high taxes, right? So like players will want higher contract in if you're going to play for like the Bills or the Rams versus if you're going to Texas, there's no state income tax. You're making like millions more dollars playing in Texas or Florida or Vegas than you would for the same contract for the Bills. So like Bills typically will have to overpay some players to come get them, but it's because they're getting docked New York taxes.
Oh, they have to worry about taxes too, huh?
Big time. It plays a huge role. Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I never would have thought about that. But like,
I gotta plug real quick. We gotta plug Eric Armstead on TikTok. Go to his TikTok and watch his NFL game check, and he breaks down the taxes for how much he gets taxed for a game.
I would love to watch that because I feel like that's so interesting to me. Like when rich people get taxed, I'm like, let me know what you're paying, okay? Because
he
I have
gets
half my
taxed
paycheck
like
going
half
out.
of his paycheck, and because they make so much money, they're in a higher tax bracket, so they get like literally it's like 49% is like taxed from his game.
Right.
You bring up a great point though. Like so, the fact that you work with these athletes and like you work closely with them and like build relationships with them, does it give you a different viewpoint of sports or like NFL in general? Like to some degree, does it make you less of like not less of a Bills fan, but like more like I don't know, just bring you more at a human level rather than just like a crazed fan?
100%. I think that's like so when I worked at NFL, I would say like that was like some of my peak fandom. Like leading into that, and then you just kind of get a little like jaded to it, or like it's work, so it's like you don't get to be as much of a fan. But now working with the guys, like our guys specifically, like Eric, and like I think you got to realize that like they're people, they have families, they have wants, needs, they have injuries. Like Eric just got surgery, and he's gonna have this long off season rehabbing, and Guys get like not him, but like other guys get really down when they have these injuries, and like, they're like, you can't move or you have to rehab for months, and only to then go back and play another season like banged up and whatever. So it's like I think it does put a lot of it in perspective, and it's like these are human beings who are just like freakish athletes who are at the most elite level, but they do have a lot of they put on their pants the same way that we do, and they do all the same things that we do, just in a different, I guess, like stratosphere as far as like financial and whatever. But it does put it a lot in perspective, and I think like especially with the injuries, I think injuries is the biggest thing. Like it's not just like player 45 going down. It's like, okay, this guy is going to have a long road to recovery, has to do all these things to get back to where he was, and it's like his dream to be out there. All he wants to do is be out there and play. So definitely a lot of perspective, I would say.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, so from working with the NFL to now working with athletes, like, do you feel like your viewpoint of the NFL has changed? Like, do you feel like getting to know the athletes like more one-on-one?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes you have to take away the fandom a little bit, and like I can't
Yeah.
be, the Bills
Totally.
fan all the time. Like I'm not talking to Eric about Bills games, like that would just be a terrible, terrible look. But I'm a huge Eric fan, a huge Niners fan. Like want to support him. So it's like I think you learn kind of when to be a fan and when not to be. And I think if you catch me at a bar on a Sunday, I'm a huge fan, and
Right.
during the week I'm maybe
But
toned back a
but
little bit.
9 a.m. on a Monday, you're
Yeah.
more of,
Well, I'm usually
business,
happy.
business,
I'm in a better
business.
mood because the Bills probably just won. So
Oh, God.
people don't
I'm
know
over
that.
here with
Please.
miserable man over here because the Patriots were constantly losing this season.
Yeah.
But that's
They'll
okay.
figure it out.
You're
They'll
like,
figure it
learning
out.
through it. Growing pains. Growing pains.
growing pain. You enjoyed 20 years of success.
Exactly. Now we have a whole
there's more to
documentary
come.
to watch.
There's more to come. Okay, they're gonna draft
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
They're gonna draft Jaden Daniels. They're gonna get a wide receiver in the second round. They're gonna sign. Tyrone Smith to be the left tackle. Okay.
Wow.
They're going to
He has
also
not
get.
laid out.
They're gonna get.
Oh, by the way, he said he doesn't make mock-up drafts or whatever. He only has done it
He's got the whole
once,
roster
and,
planned.
and here it is. He has the whole roster planned.
They're gonna
out.
re-sign Kyle
That's what we
Duggar.
do.
They're gonna get
Ooh, I
another.
kind of want Kyle Duggar.
No, they tagged him. So.
Oh, that's true.
But
They can trade him.
They can. But then the only part is receiver. I don't know how we're gonna upgrade receiver. Calvin Ridley's out there, but I don't really trust Calvin Ridley all that much. I think it's like another like Kendrick Bourne
He'd be
situation.
good. No, he's way better than Kendrick Bourne.
Think so?
Yeah, Calvin Ridley's like a proven like wide receiver one, I think.
Okay, I'll take him.
I think
I trust
Kendrick
you.
Bourne, I don't want to. I've met Kendrick Bourne actually, but no.
Good guy. Local
I
guy.
think they're all. He's a good player too.
Well, is this like this Caleb Williams kid who's like the biggest prospect or whatever, and he keeps telling me all about Caleb Williams. Like, what is his dealio? Like, what's going on with him? Like, do we like him? Like, are we voting for him? What's our where are we landing?
I mean, I think he's got all the talent in the world. I think he could be, the next Patrick Mahomes. I think he does stuff that nobody else does and you've ever seen, but I think it's going to be a lot of like just how he plays in structure, and I think NFL's also a totally different beast. Like, I mean, even Mahomes, you take Mahomes, like he was a great player in college, played for, the Texas Tech, which it's not a powerhouse school like USC or a bunch of other schools, but he wasn't winning the Heisman. I don't know if he was even in the conversation, but like Caleb Williams has the Heisman and like plays very similar, and it's just like kind of free, and I think that's where the league is like going for quarterbacks. But I think he like has a good head on his shoulders, and we'll see. But also,
even when he was
to that
asking for part ownership of teams in his contracts.
he's a smart businessman.
Yeah,
I
but
would be asking
do we think that
negotiate.
this is crazy? You think you would be asking the same thing? Like, oh, by the way, if you sign me as a rookie, like, I need to own part of the team? Could you imagine?
The more I've thought about this, he knows it was an outrageous thing to say. He knows it's not even possible. He's just creating buzz and just being him.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, like any quarterback situation really just depends. It depends on the situation that you get drafted into, and like
I agree.
If he goes, some like Patrick Mahomes kind of lucked out because he went like 10th or something to the Chiefs as opposed to going like 1 to a really shitty team that needed him more or whatever. So like I think it all just depends on the scenario, and if Caleb goes first, versus like, I mean I'm sure he'll go like top 3, but. A lot can change just depending where you go. So.
Right. And
who they surround.
Do you think it was a problem that he didn't like do any of the do a physical at the combine or compete at all in any way, shape, or form?
If he doesn't, I think like you want to see like your quarterbacks compete and whatnot in the combine and like just do stuff. But if he doesn't. I don't know what his deal is with the pro day, but if he doesn't throw the pro day, then it's kind of like, okay, like, bro, like, you gotta like show something here, like contribute a little bit.
What's pro day?
Basically, it's like when, like colleges will host a day for all their guys who are like draft eligible to just showcase their skills, basically, and they'll do like testing and. It's basically like a combine, but just for like the college itself. So they'll have like a ton of scouts there, and
and like the big prospects like it because they can kind of control the narrative. They can control what drills they do. It's in their own practice facility usually or stadium, so it's a familiar environment where they feel like they can just thrive more and perform better rather than going to Indianapolis where they're getting measured up against a bunch of other guys in an unfamiliar.
Is the combine this thing that all the athletes compete in? Like, is it always in the same place every year?
Yep, Indianapolis.
It's always in the same. Is it a combine? Like, is it the stadium? Like, what is it?
It's in where the Colts played, Lucas Oil Stadium.
Why is it always there?
They just have some sort of contract, I guess, with the NFL.
Do they get money?
Who?
Indianapolis.
Not
Probably.
Sure.
I think it's a big. I wouldn't say a big like tourist attraction necessarily, but like people would definitely go there, and like all the GMs, like all the NFL people go there, so I'm sure they get a little boost of revenue just in the whole city. But I don't know if they actually get like paid for it by the NFL. I'm sure they do.
Regardless, fucking sick. I would love to go to the combine.
That'd be cool. Hey, we could do that. We'd meet up halfway in Indy.
Oh my god, that would be fun.
Is there any free agent that you want the Bills to get? I know they're money strapped. Would you like a Saquon Barkley?
That could be fun. I think I'm really set on like receiver. I really want more receivers. I feel like all the top receivers are getting tagged or re-signed.
I know.
And like honestly, like we're losing Gabe Davis. He's probably going to be one of the top wide receiver free agents available. So we'll see. I'm all in on the draft, at least for wide receiver. I think like we can fill some other pieces with free agency. So I don't even know.
Amazing. Well, other than that, so much fun combine free agent talk that I can really weigh in on. Let's get into things that I can really talk about here, which is our Double D's threes of the week. So our Double D's threes of the week, when me and Nate were talking this week, sometimes we do different ones, but his was the same as mine, so we shared it with Trent too. That our Double D's threes of the week were our 3 favorite meals that we had in Portugal, because that just makes sense. Our life revolves around food, and all we did was eat and drink there. So why not give the world what they were waiting for? You know what I mean? Right. Our review. So, T-Money, would you like to start us off with your list?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at pictures right now to just make sure I'm not missing a meal here.
100%.
Gotta do
I
your
should
research.
have written this down before.
Oh,
you're good,
not
you're
at all.
good.
Not at all. If you would like,
This is the double dose difference.
I would be able to do mine right off the cuff right now. I'm going to give number 3
Okay.
is the chicken piri piri. That was €11. And it was amazing. It was fabu. You literally get half a freaking chicken and like that just sits on a bed of beautiful French fries, and it was unbelievable, spicy deliciousness. Number 2 was the meal at Grandma's, aka the meal at Fatima's, aka the meal at the second winery that we went to. That was like the meats, entire sheet of like potatoes, spinach, soup. What else did she have there? Chickpeas. Like, I mean, she had bread, olive oil, cheeses, meats, like everything you could have wanted, which was
Soups.
unbelievable. That was so delicious. Like, we literally had a homemade meal on the trip.
Yeah, it was incredible.
And then number uno, obviously, has to go to the bifanas from Alfonso's, which was the best thing on the legit planet. Like, if you need any type of sandwich, it's the bifana, and it's the bifana from Alfonso. Like, it's so worth the wait. You have to wait online like a little bit, but I mean, you're literally waiting to pay €3 for a sandwich. That is I would say life-changing.
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 I mean,
so those
it's
are
hard to
mine.
argue with that list. I think that's a really,
you.
really solid list, and they're all like traditional Portuguese food. That veal from Fatima's was incredible. Like,
Is that what
I don't
it
think I
was? It was veal,
Yeah, it was
right?
veal.
It's veal.
Yeah.
It was so, which like honestly makes me sad, but it was so good.
I know. I was like, I don't know if I totally agree with veal, but it was so good.
It was so
And-
good. Yeah, like I was thinking about it. I was on my high horse, and I was like, I don't know. And then as soon as I tasted it, I was like, I need another piece. Like,
Yeah.
let's keep rocking and rolling here.
You can't beat a homemade meal in a winery, like home.
In a foreign country, like that's like the problem. Like I would literally, we're comparing all this to a legitimate homemade meal. Like we had someone make us a meal. Crazy.
It was so good.
It was delicious.
It was everything.
It was. Would you say that your list is similar?
I mean, it's very, very similar. Like I could change it just to like be different, but I guess the only thing I like the chicken pili pili, €11. That was Diogo. Just he had to tell us at least 11 times that it was €11.
Right.
Which was like a really good deal. I mean, you get like literally a full chicken, a half a chicken for €11.
Yeah, it was
fries.
wild. Like I'm like, here we go. Like I'm eating a chicken.
It
that we
was
just saw on the
that
side
was
of the
so
street.
good. I guess okay. So instead of that, I want to go with the Nate. You might have to help me out with the
I
pronunciation.
knew it. It's because
Francesinha?
Yes.
Francesinha.
Francesinha.
Perfect.
That sandwich is crazy. I'm looking at this picture right now. Maybe I'll just show it.
holy, oh my god.
Okay,
Instantly
I
hungry.
need to
Instantly
like
hungry.
explain what this is because it was
Yeah.
it was heavenly. So, you got
Sick.
it's a sandwich. You got 2 slices of bread. You got
I didn't even realize that there were slices of bread on that, by the way. Like I thought it was just like a meat stack. Like
No, it was
I didn't
bread.
realize that there
It's
was
a sandwich.
bread on it. Like
it's a stack. It's like a triple decker sandwich. It's one of the fattest. You can't even like eat it as a sandwich,
You can't.
No.
but it's got bread. It's got a full piece of steak in there. I'm like looking at it. It's got ham in it. It's got cheese. I feel like I'm missing
And-
something.
Sausage.
It's got an egg on
Sausage in the
top.
middle.
Sausage in the middle. Oh my god, that sausage was so good. Pause. But
yeah,
that was like
literally.
so good. And then yeah, it's got the egg on top, and then it's just drenched in the gravy
Like gravy.
in a
Oh,
pool
so
of like gravy and fries, and it was like I could have.
If you need like literally a cure to the hangover, like if you have a
Yes.
hangover literally in the slightest, like I'm so convinced that one, like even a whiff, even like a waft of this, I guess, sandwich you're cured. I mean, cured.
Cured.
World peace.
Cured any hangover.
Cured through Francesinhas.
Yeah.
It's.
We still don't know how to say it. Nate knows only how to say it because he had one beer and now he speaks fluent Portuguese. So
Francesinha.
True.
yes.
It
He wouldn't have
translates
known if we
to
asked him.
French woman.
Had I had asked him before we had picked up the mics and the beer was
No
not
shot.
present, he
No
wouldn't
shot.
even have been able to remember what the word was.
I wouldn't even be able to attempt it.
Right.
I would just say, how do you say?
How do you say? Yeah. What would you say? That was
Well,
definitely
he
your
didn't
favorite.
You
What?
didn't even give 2 and 1.
He said that though.
So
No?
my
Oh.
2 and 1 are probably the same. The veal from Fatima's, and then I mean, like, that was my first ever bifana, and like I think let's just talk about bifanas for a little bit. That's how they just
Drop
get me
the
going.
mic. It was a drop the
Mic
mic
drop.
moment for how good the bifanas are.
Yes.
It
Bifanas
actually was
are-
though, because first of all, they're so simple, right? It's just bread, pork, not beef, and cheese. The cheese made it so good, but like, I don't know what they do to that beef, and then you combine it with that soft roll. You get that melty, gooey cheese on top, and it was like it was just marinated perfect. And Nate and I went like later in the trip and got them like at literally 8 a.m. in the morning, and I got to like see him like making it. This dude just got like a giant cast iron, or like it looks like a wok. It's like a wok for pork.
Big wok.
And he's just like he's got cooked ones up front, less cooked ones in the back, just cooking that thing all day. They're just marinating, sitting, and they're so good, so fresh.
Yeah,
Everything's
how
so
was
fresh.
it like seeing it so early in the morning?
It was awesome.
Oh, it was great.
Although
Meat was so good.
I will also say, like, I was incredibly impressed with how they held up. We didn't eat those ones that we got that morning for probably another 2 hours, and I thought they were gonna be incredibly soggy and like a waste, honestly. But they held up beautifully.
Oh my god, I would crush a bifana right now. I would. So, we ate. I think we got like, I don't know, like 7 or something, or 8 of them, and we ate 7 of them. We had one left that I was saving. I was actually saving for you, Nate, because you were sleeping, I think, at the time, and I wanted to split it. But I don't think we ever got to making it or eating it. Excuse me. So I literally saved it. It's probably still in that fridge. But man, I would, even a
Stinking it
week
up.
later, I think I would still eat that thing.
Me too.
Oh, stop
As long as
it!
it's
I
not
would eat
moldy.
that thing. I would eat that thing off of Cristiano Ronaldo's freaking seat in the locker room after he just played 90 minutes.
It really is like such a simple thing that like no one's had before, and like when you eat it, you're like, it's so simple,
It
but
makes
it's
sense.
so damn delicious. It's unbelievable.
I think I really have been considering, like, do I just open up a Bifana shop?
Literally, I would love it.
I
Bubba's
think you and Alex were
Bifanas.
talking about
Bubba's
it, right?
Bifanas?
Bubba's
Yeah,
Bifanas
Bubba's
is what the name
Bifanas.
would be.
I don't see the problem at all.
I don't see
I
the
think
problem
I think
either.
you should. You and Alex are talking about it. You guys should open up a shop. Maybe when you move out here to LA, you can start one out here.
It's on the manifestations. It's on the manifestations. Your lips to God's ears is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay?
Time will tell. Time will tell. My double D series is the exact same thing as yours, Trent. I don't think I can veer away. The piri piri was great. My thing with the piri piri chicken is that I have gotten in the United States where I've had it just as good. So the Francesinha never had before. That was to die for. I was kind of scared of it, to be honest with you, but
It's intimidating.
it's very intimidating. But
It's a lot going on.
a lot going on, but delicious. And the fact that we ate again that night is just mind blowing. Okay,
Yeah, truly. We
did not stop.
We were nonstop eating and drinking.
The meal at Fatima is just exactly a meal, like same thing as a meal at my grandmother's. Like from the soup to the meat to like they call it patata asada, like the roasted potatoes. Oh my god, with the bread
Yes, too
and the
good.
chickpeas, it was just like amazing. And then the bifana was just, I mean, I make my own bifanas, and I've been trying to figure out since going to Alfonso how I can get my bifana to that level, because it was just like there's like the definition of levels to this shit, okay? Where it's just like
It's game changer.
Game changer.
Game changer.
And also, you cannot forget about the Calvaire, the kale soup at Alfonso's as well. That was very good kale soup.
That was good.
And then if it was the summer, you never had kale. That was your first time having kale soup?
Me too.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's my favorite soup of all time. By far.
Well, other than that, thank you for the Double D's threes of the week, but I think it's time to get into our favorite segment of the week, which is our sick puppy and interesting cat of the week. And obviously, as you already know, our sick puppy of the week, we've talked about him a lot on this podcast. We love him. Diogo is our sick puppy of the week, of course. He had to be as soon as we met him. Yeah, as soon as we met him.
The sickest
we
puppy.
literally like the most sickest puppy we've ever seen. Like truly unwell and needs to go to the vet because we are convinced he has rabies. That's how sick he is. And he is just the epitome of a sick puppy is this man. Like he is just born and bred in the pound, in the whatever it is.
I didn't have the wherewithal to do this, but the rest of you guys did. You guys started taking many videos of like the trip with him, and like from the back seat. And one of the funniest ones is, I think you filmed it, Rach, but it was Trent asking Diogo, like saying to Diogo, like, I just can't believe the price of the beers. I can't get over the price of the beer. It's €2 for like a 32-ounce beer. It's crazy. And he goes, and that's why I tell you, don't go spend your money in the gift shop. Spend it on the alcohol. And like he thinks it's hilarious. He just starts dying laughing at his own joke. And then
it's amazing.
It was awesome.
His one-liners and just jokes, like some of them, like we said earlier, can't even repeat them, but I'm not gonna lie, in the moment they were freaking hilarious.
Yeah, in the moment they were like, holy.
You're like, what?
In the moment, right. No, like there's no way this man is saying this out loud right now.
But honestly, I'll be honest, I don't, like, even though he said some questionable shit that I don't think we can, like, say in front of a recorded mic that's going out on the internet, I didn't, like, get the vibe that he was, like, racist at all. Like, I think it was just, like, it was just his nature. Like, he could be talking about, like, a Portuguese person and be just as insulting.
Sure, from another Portuguese man. You know what I mean? Like,
I think
I don't know. He was just wacky. He was
wacky. I think he I will say he had, aside from like the crazy shit he was saying, he had some good like perspective on the world. I'm not saying I agreed with everything, but the guy lived in like Florida. He lived in, I don't even know. He lived in like 10 different
Brazil.
places and like traveled the world.
Every time we talked to him, he lived somewhere different.
Yes, I know. I was like, wait, another place? But
like, how
I
old
think
are
the
you?
cool. Seriously, I actually remember because he said it like 4 times. 43. Yep. He what was I gonna say? No. Oh, and the fact that he's just a tour guide, and basically just has like, you know, he has these cars of random people from all over the world where he gets to hear a lot of different stories and stuff. So I was like, you know, there's some stuff that he said that was good. And, you know, he's talking a lot about like family versus like living, you know, I guess your life or something. But some things that were good. But otherwise, yeah, sick puppy. Sickest puppy I've ever met.
100%. Yeah, like he gets the medal, he gets the stamp, like he gets the trophy. Like, seriously, like I could rest my head at night and think we made the right decision by naming him the sick puppy this week. Like I would even nominate him for sick puppy of the year. Like for real. Like I feel like we met him and I'm like, he is sick puppy of the year. Like
he's the leader in the clubhouse.
He is up there. He is top dog at this time. At this time.
Diogo.
And our interesting cat of the year, I'm about to say, I'm just on a yearly an annual basis.
Interesting cat of the week is a tight end prospect that was at the NFL Combine. His name's Cade Stover, and he's an interesting cat because they showed a video. He did like an interview. I don't even know where he went to college, but he did an interview for the Combine where he explained that he was strengthening his hands to like catch better by massaging cows. Massaging the leather and cows.
Would you say that?
That's real?
Would you say this is a good method?
Yes. I mean, I cut everything. So
this guy. Yeah, you're all hands.
Please.
All hands, all the time, baby. Always open. 7-Eleven's what they call me.
This is like a self-given name, and we know this and how. Yeah.
No, they.
Would you say like massaging? Oh, you did.
People still talking about it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like massaging a cow is like a great way to build up for your NFL career?
It's hard to say. I've never massaged a cow, so I don't know for a fact. Go ahead.
But maybe that's why we didn't make it.
Why we didn't make it?
Should have been
That's true. That's
right. Of course, that might be why you have to be open to all. Right. Talking about optimism with the Bills, like maybe you should have been optimistic in the way that you were training or whatever for catching these footballs. No cows near sight.
That's true. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, I could actually see that kind of being beneficial. If like, assuming it's really hard to massage a cow, you got to build some like grip strength, but like, I mean, yeah, you got to be able to pluck. Okay, Hannah just looked over at me like, what the hell are you talking about? But you got to be able to pluck the ball out of the air. So, you know, maybe you get some grip strength from it.
Right. That makes sense. Makes sense if you think about it.
Moving on.
We
missed a whole lot. We're moving on to the things that we missed while we were gone.
But we're just rolling.
We're going to fire through. If you have any comments that you want to say about them, just jump in. Caitlin Clark breaking the NCAA all-time scoring record for men and women.
Dog.
Jason Kelsey retiring.
Congrats.
Dog.
Kylian Mbappe leaving Paris for Real Madrid.
Good for him.
That's a big one.
FIFA announcing that they're going to do a over 35 World Cup in England this summer.
You should join.
Oh, shit. That's true. We did just celebrate.
Truth.
Not 35.
Not 35. But...
Justin Jefferson of the Vikings being sued by his ex-girlfriend for attempting to pressure her into an abortion, and she gave birth to the baby last week.
Loser.
Who?
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, we don't like that.
Devin Booker and Kendall Jenner rekindling their relationship after her breakup with Bad Bunny.
She missed the Poland Spring.
She
was thirsty. She was thirsty.
Hey, gotta get
Did you ever hear about
Spring.
You hear about the Poland Spring comment?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was on the trip with you guys.
Yeah, they say.
I talk about it at least once a day.
Yeah, because Nate is he's so amazed that a Poland Spring could even be referred to as something as a body part other than
just a Poland Springs.
Yeah, right, of course.
Do you know who Kiki Palmer is?
Kiki Palmer.
Are you guys joking?
Some sort of singer.
Okay, she is not just some sort of singer. Keke Palmer is an American icon, okay? She's literally not only a Disney Channel star, but she also has literally like the hit song Bottoms Up from 2007. Do your hips, move your thing, get off the wall, don't matter what you think. From your fingertips to your toes, you know you're hot, so let everybody know. Bottoms Up is such a good song. Yeah, exactly. And not just me. Could you imagine Kiki?
Imagine Jay Pudo. Jay Pudo is better than her.
Queen. Kiki is a queen. A queen.
Well, anyways, she's dating Miami Dolphins linebacker Duke Riley.
Good for her, as she should. She deserves.
They hard launched it.
A real man.
There's a power couple in tennis, and they both won their respective tournaments this weekend. Alex de Minaur, close to Mauer, won his tournament in Mexico. Then he flew to San Diego to watch his girlfriend Katie Bolter win her own title. Recommend looking up a photo of those two. Okay.
Power couple.
Power. Former NFL player Braylon Edwards saved an 80-year-old man at the YMCA that got attacked by a 25-year-old in the locker room. Braylon Edwards saved this man's life.
Good for him. What a loser trying to hurt
I gotta know more.
Man.
Yeah. What's the details between the 25-year-old and the 80-year-old?
They apparently the 25-year-old was playing music very loud. The 80-year-old asked him to turn it down. The 25-year-old didn't like it, attacked him. And then Braylon Edwards was like in the next like cubby area over, and then heard the ruckus, and then went over and basically beat the shit out of the 25-year-old.
As he should. Good man.
You don't want to mess
the
with Braylon
25-year-old's
Edwards.
getting
like,
charged with a yeah, he's a big guy.
He's like 6'4".
Yeah.
Dude.
I love him. I hope that he always protects this old man at the local YMCA.
The 25-year-old got charged with attempted murder.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Yes. Adam Razinga was released by the Arizona Coyotes after he posted a video on his Instagram story of him doing coke.
I mean, you just literally can't do that. Just add it to your close friend, if anything. Like,
Can you imagine?
No, I couldn't. And with fentanyl nowadays, like, who even does coke anymore?
Crazy.
Anyway.
Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart signed the first NIL private jet deal.
I love this for him. I do. I think a private jet deal is so smart on behalf of the private jets that are trying to get in with these, like new, like, coming of age.
Who's affording a private jet, dude? Who's affording a private jet?
Jackson Dart. Who's trying to dart all over the country?
My man Trent gets his lady Comfort Plus and gets yelled at these days. You know what I mean?
Please,
That's
don't
true.
you dare.
Put some respect
Don't
on
you
Comfort
dare.
Plus, please.
No.
Please.
Yeah, but like all these like little TikTokers that are running around, they're wanting to go on private jets. Like they're following around like his
Don't get me
friends.
wrong. I want to go on a private
his friends,
jet.
he's from
but
Ole Miss. That's like old Southern money. Like all these people are flying around on private jets, so it's like he's probably going to recommend it to his friends. Like, come on my jet. Oh, I went on his jet. I'm going to take this jet because he goes on this jet.
it's honestly crazy to me how big the private jet industry is, because like it's crazy to me how many people can actually afford it.
It's not that expensive if you split it.
There's
It's
a lot of
not.
money out there. Well, that's all I gotta say.
Exactly.
But yeah.
And
I mean,
some-
dude, to be in
some of it-
college with a private jet, come on.
Yeah, like you need it. Like how you need to go see your girl that lives long distance. Forget it. We'll fly you. We'll fly you.
Fly
fly
her.
her,
You
you
don't
fly
even have
her.
to. You don't even have to go.
Exactly.
Cristiano Ronaldo style.
Yeah, or you want the Francesinha, you're hungover, college, fly you out private. Get one yourself. Fly back.
That's
Fly
incredible.
back for the game that night.
Incredible.
That's so true. It's such a good use
See,
of a
so
private
it's-
jet too. Forget
Thank
Uber.
you.
The only way to use it.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, forget an Uber. Forget FedEx. Who cares?
What's traffic?
Yeah, forget traffic. Give me air traffic control. That's what I want. I want one of these.
And then things to watch this weekend. Don't know what you're watching, Trent, but Patriots Dynasty episode 7 and 8 come out Friday.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Snooze fest, huh?
The disrespect.
yeah.
The disrespect. Doesn't know what a winner looks like. He's wearing a T-shirt of a dynasty.
A four-time losing team.
Yeah.
UFC 299 is this weekend. Sugar Sean O'Malley and Marlon Vera fighting for the bantamweight title.
Are you
Also
gonna
have-
get it so we can FaceTime and then I can mooch it off of you?
Down.
Let's do it.
Down.
Down. It's a date.
Dustin Poirier is also fighting in the second to last fight.
I like him. He's cutie.
He's a big fight. Full Swing, the new season of Full Swing came out today. You watched the episode? Did you watch first season of Full Swing?
I know you guys love it. I might have watched one or two. I need to get into it
good.
though. I do love golf. I feel like
You should watch it before the Masters come out again.
true. Yeah, I got to get back into
Also-
golf mode. Honestly, I need to swing my clubs. I need to play.
Yeah. See? Oh.
Forget watching.
If we move out to California, then we could play a lot.
That would be wonderful.
Again, your
Make it
lips to God's ears. We're just we're out here manifesting.
Put it out there.
I
Put it out
love
there.
it. Obviously, the Love is Blind finale that aired today, we will have to watch, of course. I need to know what happens. Like, will Amy and Johnny get married? Will AD and Clay get married? Will Jimmy and Chelsea get married? Who knows?
Yeah, then it's really just NFL free agency.
But I do have to ask you, Trent, like, is this your favorite piece of Bill's merch that you have? Like the losing shirt or what? It can't be, right?
Yeah, what's your favorite piece of Bill's merch?
Okay. I don't know if this is my favorite, but it's pretty sick. Let me stand up. Like, it just looks
No, it is
cool.
sick. I love it.
Oh,
looks cool.
It does look cool. I actually have my favorite piece. I know exactly what it is. It's similar vintage vibes. I bought it from one of my former coworkers who now owns his own vintage company.
What is it? Plug it.
Should I go?
Do we
I
know?
kind of want to get it. I want to get it. I would have wore it, except it's a crew neck hoodie, and I probably would have been sweating. we're being honest.
You can, of course, if you want to go get it and show us, like me and Nate, we, there's this thing called the podcast. Like we can, go run and get it. Go run and get it. Oh yeah. Don't worry, we'll carry the segment. I'm thinking that we just asked Trent like, what's going on? Like, what's his favorite merch? What's his favorite Bills game he's been to? A few quick questions to round out the episode. Look at this fire flame.
That's so much better. That's fire.
That is amazing. Are those caricatures of the old players?
Yeah, and they're like, I don't even know who they are. So.
Oh wow! So it's old.
Like, it's very old. Like I actually don't know anybody on here.
And no one has names underneath.
They do have names, but Reggie McKenzie. Oh, I think he's a GM, former GM, the Raiders.
Oh, wonderful.
Other than that, I don't know any of these guys. That's how old it is.
I love that. Cool. It's very, very cool. Very, very cool. And that's from your friend's vintage site that we will probably we'll tag below so everyone can go check it out. For Trent's Friends Vintage NFL apparel.
It's called Mintage, actually. It's cool.
Mintage.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Love that.
I've played with the idea of getting into the vintage jersey game, buying and selling jerseys.
That'd be sick. Like real jerseys or like Chinese jerseys?
No, like going to the vintage store, getting I started the process. I went and I got 4 jerseys. I just haven't got to the point of selling them yet.
There's no upload that's happened yet.
But I got a Brady jersey, a Brewski jersey. I got a Ken Griffey Jr. Mariners jersey. I got a Roger Staubach Cowboys jersey, and I got a Derek Jeter high school jersey.
Sick. And they're all in good condition where you can resell them for money?
Yeah, the Roger Staubach one, the inside tag kind of got ripped off. But it's solid. It's solid.
Who cares about the tag?
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
What's your favorite Bills game that you've been to, or Bills event that you've been to?
Oh my gosh. I would say the last one that I went to was really cool. I've gone every year. I go to at least one Bills game. But the last one I went to, I usually do away games because it's pretty far to go back to Buffalo. But the last one I went to was with my brother. And it was fun. Yeah, my brother is 15, so he's 12 years younger than me. But and I obviously live really far, so haven't been able to do as much with him. But this one was sick. It was our first Bills game going together, probably that he would actually remember. And it was against the Cowboys this past season. And if anyone remembers the game, and it was a little rainy, but we had good seats at the 50-yard line. And yeah, I don't know if there's any Cowboys fans out there or people who really enjoy the Cowboys. I don't know. I can't even believe people like the Cowboys because who likes Cowboys?
No, this is literally just hurtful
Rachel! Oh my God, Rachel! I forgot you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, haha. This is funny. My God. This is all fun and games. It's all fun and games.
Oh my God. Well,
go ahead, say so. Your favorite event Bills, that you've been to?
Yeah, I think the Bills won 40 to 10, and I think Dak got a garbage time touchdown, so it was really 40 to 3 or something.
You know what's crazy?
That one was great.
You know what's crazy about all that and how upset she is? Did you know that Dak Prescott lady gave birth to his firstborn child this week?
Nathan, I haven't been on Instagram or social media truly at all. You know this. I have been literally through the trenches. I'm still recovering. I'm on the downward side of the hump.
Oh my gosh.
You know this. Craziness.
Regardless.
But I love that that's your favorite game. It just, really rub it in. But that's very fun that you guys were able to go to that together and especially so close to the field. That must have been wild for you.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was pouring rain and honestly I kind of didn't really want to go, but I'm okay, we have tickets and I'm with my brother. Obviously we're going to go. Just because, traffic is just a nightmare getting out. And,
Right.
I'm this snobby LA person now who doesn't like rain.
Yeah,
But-
rain or
Hey,
like,
at least you
cold
admit it.
weather.
At least you admit it.
I'm kidding. I know. As it's raining outside. But no, it was amazing and like something I don't get to do with my brother enough. Let's go to games.
That's
so
awesome.
definitely number one.
Brings people together.
Yeah, and that's also something
Sports.
that you guys could like always now make like a. I mean, you said you go every year, but like you guys could always make that a thing. Like it's just like you don't want to be disappointed next year when you go to the Cowboys game and the Cowboys win. So it just if you want to pick like a different game, that'd be fine. But if you want to
Anybody
be disappointed,
nervous about those
then-
Cowboys?
People are nervous. People are talking about
Yeah,
it.
they're people are nervous in week 7, but like talk to us come January and no one's nervous anymore.
Nathan,
big
you
boys
can
are
even
playing.
say no one's nervous anymore or whatever. The Patriots, did they even win 7 games? Did they even win? How
No.
many games did they win? 3?
Don't worry.
2?
Don't
How
worry.
many games did they win?
Don't worry.
How many
I've
points
seen
total did
I've
they
seen
have?
him
don't know.
I've seen him
I don't
win
think anybody.
I've seen him win more Super
He
Bowl
stopped counting, I think.
I've seen him win more Super Bowls than the Cowboys have playoff
actually-
wins. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we even talking about?
Sure, he was like,
should-
I
people-
got your
All
wins
because-
were more than your 2 hands. I mean, your losses were more than your 2 hands. You couldn't even keep going with the season.
We're worried about the future. We're not worried about the Patriots this past season.
Right.
The past speaks for itself. The Patriots have a very successful history. We're not worried about this most recent season.
Right. It was a 42-year
Yeah, 'cause-
drought, so I'm just saying.
What?
It was a 42-year drought before this dynasty. So maybe we're in for another 42. That would be
Thanks for
fun.
reminding him.
Another year of Diogo. Another lifetime of Diogo before.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
Patriots. I'll bet both of you guys. A dinner anywhere you want.
Dinner.
That the Patriots win a Super Bowl first, before either one of your clubs,
Clubs.
organizations, teams.
A dinner? I mean, it's like a big bet. Like, we could be waiting a lifetime. What if none of them win?
But I mean like a dinner, like a Carbone or like a Peter Luger's or like a dinner, not
I'm
just
down.
like
I
I'll
just won't
take
do
you
the
on
same
that.
for you, but like I'll
Easy.
take you on it too. Like I'll
No.
take you up the bet, but like I won't. If I lose, like I'm not.
I love
you
that.
say that, but like you would.
Perfect.
I'm not sweating those Patriots, man. You guys got years to rebuild. Now you have a new head coach. You were telling me you don't even like the head coach.
Whoa!
Exactly. No, it's all the stuff that he says when the mics aren't up that matters.
Right.
Okay, and then they come-
I
and
didn't
then
say.
they come to the
I didn't
mics,
say
and it
this.
Makes sense. The math doesn't matter.
I didn't
Once
say
bring
that.
something
Math ain't
out, and
mathing.
then he's like, the math ain't math. And once I bring something up or bring something out, whatever, and he's like, I never said that. I'm like, what in the Delulu is going on? Like, we literally had a full conversation about this.
You guys are the both
That's what I'm
Delulu
saying.
ones. I never said I have anything
Yeah,
against Rod Mayo.
sure,
I'm saying
No,
I'm
you did.
sure.
that
Something
Thank
like
you.
that. Tell me what you
Thank
said.
you.
I said that I have an issue with them not completely revamping the staff and taking someone that was
This is
also
not-
underneath Belichick. Like I want a clean, fresh
He has
start.
a problem with Gerard Mayo because the last time this happened is when I said to him, I was like, "Oh, Gerard Mayo, you were literally on the couch being like, who the hell is this guy? I have no idea where he even came from."
Who? Me?
No, not Gerard Mayo, the other guy. What's his name? The guy from the coaches, one of the coaches. He was like, he was doing
The offensive coordinator from the Browns.
research on the couch, and then we pull up the
Vin
pod,
Pop?
we pull up the mics. We pull up the mics, and all of a sudden he's like, I knew exactly who he was. Whatever. I'm like, yeah, after you did an hour and a half of research on who the hell this man is because we were bugging out about it. But lo and behold, the memory just leaves. The memory leaves. So I believe you. You know, Trent, I'm with you.
You guys are both wrong. You guys are both
Hey,
wrong.
I'm sure.
I can't wait for next year. Let's do next year's pod. Actually, I would love to come on before then, but let's do next year's pod at Carbone on Nate when the Bills are winning
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Hey,
Okay, we're the Cowboys.
We'll do it from. We'll pop a bottle of champagne and then just hit you
Right.
with a check after. I feel like that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We'll just get one of everything on the menu.
I'll tell you what. Neither one of your teams is gonna win in anytime soon. The Bills might not even be able to compete because they're freaking still $20 million over the salary cap after releasing half of their roster.
Yeah, talk
Salary
to me
cap's
with
fake.
yeah. Talk to me with Mac Jones, okay? That's who literally your past quarterback was. Like
Yeah.
we can't really speak. We can't speak.
I thought it was Bailey Zappi, to be honest.
Who knows?
I
at
thought
this
you guys.
point?
wrote off Mac.
Don't worry. All roads led to Jaden Daniels or Drake May, so we're fine.
Okay.
Well, Trent, thank you so much. I'm sorry that this episode was so chaotic, but we appreciate you being along for the ride of the roller coaster here. And we appreciate your time, how much time that this seriously took out of your day. I know you're an extremely busy man, and we really, really do appreciate that you came on the pod, and we're just one of the most incredible guests we've ever had on. So thank you.
Cheers, man.
Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. I miss you guys already. But it was an honor to be on. I would make any time for you guys. I would keep going if you guys want. But
I know you have instant ramen. You have instant ramen to eat.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, Hannah will
There's
kill me
ramen
eventually.
to eat. Yeah, there's ramen to eat, and there is relaxation to be had, considering you are on the up and up, and I can feel the crash happening for you soon, because I'm on the other side, and I'm waiting for everyone to join me.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
But thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their week, and you know how we end it, with a cheers.
Cheers.
So cheers.
No cheers goes undocumented.
Cheers.
That's true.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of your favorite sports drama podcast, The Double Dose, the drama of sports. Don't forget to rate and subscribe to our podcast wherever you watch and listen, and give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Double Dose Pod. Thank you.